High volume notification scenarios like system alerts, billing notifications, and monitoring events can easily overwhelm users and drive up costs when every event generates a notification. In this video, I'll demo Nock's throttling functionality, which gives you precise control over notification volume while still maintaining critical communication with your users. Throttling is another powerful feature in Nock's workflow engine that limits the number of notifications sent within a specific time frame, ensuring your users aren't overwhelmed during high volume events. The throttle step consists of three key components. There's a throttle window, which is the time period that the throttle is active. There's a throttle max, which is the maximum number of notifications allowed during that window. And then there's also throttle keys, which are optional parameters that create separate throttle windows based on unique data like alert severity or a unique ID. This approach prevents notification fatigue while still delivering critical information to your users. So let me show you throttling in action with this interactive demo. In this example, we've configured a throttle with a defined window period, a maximum notification count of 5, and then we have a couple of different throttle keys here that we can select from. When I send a message, you'll notice that a new throttle window opens, and then this allows messages to pass through until we've reached our throttle max, after which the messages are discarded. So even as I send multiple events in rapid succession, once we hit our throttle limit, the system intelligently prevents additional notifications from being sent during the throttle window. Now, by using throttle keys, we've created separate throttles for each alert. This means that critical alerts won't be blocked by a high volume of warnings, ensuring your most important notifications always reach your users. So let's look at the impact of throttling on notification volume and cost. With approximately 27 events so far, it looks like 37% of those messages have been throttled. So we've already saved about 13 cents on our messaging costs if you consider Twilio's base SMS pricing. So now let's see what happens when we send some bulk messages. And as you can see by watching these excess notifications being intelligently filtered, this is really quite satisfying. And ultimately, so is the impact on your users' attention and your provider costs. We'll just hang out for a second and watch this tick up a little bit. And ultimately, we can see here how this has worked out. During a very high volume event, only 8% of the events actually translated into notifications that your users would receive, and it ultimately saved us $1.46. Now, in the real world, throttling is particularly valuable for things like system monitoring alerts during outages, high volume transactional notifications, usage-based billing alerts, and then activity feeds with frequent updates. In each case, throttling ensures your users receive important information without being overwhelmed by repetitive messages, especially if a condition, like breaching some usage limit for a server, is likely to continue until they take action. Throttling in Nock delivers two critical benefits: a more focused, less overwhelming experience for your users, and controlled costs for you even during high volume notification events. To learn more about implementing throttling in your Nock workflows, check out our documentation or reach out to our team to discuss your specific use case.